are you out there? It's me, Kirsten. This is the It's Giving Mystical Weekly podcast, and I'm here with a card for you and for me. And just, keep us all moving along this beautiful, crazy journey of life. Two of Pentacles, that was the energy we are coming out of. We're sliding from the Two of Pentacles into, I will reveal very shortly, the Five of Wands, but I would love to just check in with you on what Two of Pentacles was like. If I recall, we talked about this idea of the malleability of time, the malleability of your awareness, your attention, your action in the world. And for me, it's a topic I'm working in my own practice, but I have to say there was some really profound, deeply profound insight for me into the ways in which I hold time that feel like they are right. I'm efficient and getting things done and checking things off my list, and I'm a good girl and I'm doing all the things and covering all the bases. And at some point this week, I did have this realization of what is inauthentic about that? What is me drawing on some access point, some energy point that's actually not source, that's actually not my truth, my gift? To me, that was profound. And I'm so grateful. I have incredible teachers and healers and community around me to process this with. But I was just, kind of like another on my knees in gratitude for seeing more clearly, and more than that, feeling more clearly the grace and compassion and patience that comes when you begin to realize that your only real task is to be you as fully as possible. Everything else gets done. We're kind of in this simulation or this play or this matrix or this quantum field. And one of my teachers said that this week. He was talking about the idea of the observer. And this is a concept in quantum physics, that the action, the movement, the recalibration, the reshuffling of the energy in the quantum field is actually produced by the observer. To be witnessed shifts the entire energy of the field. To be in the field, to be an actor in the field, is not the place of power. The place of power is as the observer. So whatever happened for you this week, I hope, I pray, I offer, I wish for you that there was some glimpse of the separation between the way you act in the field, because you are in it, you are revealing yourself, you are part of the field, and also your power as the observer of yourself. It comes back to witness consciousness. You can kind of trace that idea in every religious, spiritual lineage. But it also shows up today in modern neuroscience. It shows up today in modern physics. It shows up today in the idea of the quantum field. How's that all land for you? Wondering what your week was like. I was just, chilling as the observer in the quantum field, witnessing my pain and my heartache and my trauma in a whole new way. And it was a release. It was a liberation. It felt really good. Another layer of, oh man, thank God I get to be here. Thank God I get to be here just like this. On from my crazy universe. The card I pulled for us this week is the Five of Wands. Okay. How do you feel about competition? That would be the question of the Five of Wands. Five is challenge, conflict, freedom, change, creativity. It's movement. Nothing is staying the same as five, and the wands are a fire energy. So there's something about the Five of Wands that is this beautiful representation of what I was just saying in terms of the play, in terms of the performance, in terms of the drama that is living. And my middle daughter this week, we were talking about going back to school. She's like, I miss school. She's like, I love the drama. She goes, I love the human drama at school. And I was like, amen, sister. There's something about the human drama that is delicious and fascinating, endlessly entertaining. People are wild. I'm watching that show. It's called Winning Times. It's a friend of mine worked on it, and it's this dramatization of the Lakers' rise to the franchise that they are basketball-wise. As you can tell, I'm a super basketball fan. Just kidding. I have no idea. That shit is wild. Those people, those characters, that storyline is just wild. And it was the time, and it's the way it's presented. But I was just thinking, I was like, people are really interesting. The drama is really interesting. The idea idea of how lost we get in the actor, in the roles we play. And we all do. We are all playing all these different roles, which I think is partially what kind of came up for everyone last week in that Two of Pentacles, was you maybe began to see the conflict between these roles. Like, I wear this hat, I am this way. And then when I wear this hat, I am this way. And the beginning of awareness around how those things may or may not be as disparate as they seem, how those two things may be in conflict, how neither of those two things feels quite authentic anymore. So all that's getting unpacked too. The Five of Wands, really, this is a question of competition. And I'm just going to spoiler alert this for you. You have no competition. Say it again, Kirsten. You have no competition. We get so lost in the drama, in the performance, in the fire, the heat, the lifing that we're all doing all of the time, that we can get really kind of jazzed up and begin to feel like in the moment, this is who I am. But you aren't. Who you are is the observer of that act, that performance, that incarnation, that vibration, that song, that music, that tapestry, that beautiful emission of source energy that takes the shape of you. The Five of Wands is so interesting that I just brought up that winning times thing. There are no accidents. In a lot of the tarot books, if you read about what the Five of Wands means, they'll say, like, this is the card of professional sports. And I have one tarot reader who I love, and she says this is the card of the NBA. It means it's like this whole microcosm of drama and heat and passion and life or death, win or lose, constant change and dynamic flow and personalities and you know, like the way we kind of smash together with ourselves, against ourselves, the way we kind of smash together into the world, into an environment, into a group of people, and we can get lost in that. You can get lost in the magic, you know, like that kind of feeling. That's Five of Wands. So when the Five of Wands comes, you just want to have a broader awareness. You want your perception to get a little bit wider, and you want to say, I see this, and I can laugh about this, and I can find humor in the fact that I am so human, and I am trying so hard, and I want so badly, and I need so much, and I'm so adorably human. And look, I meet you out in the world, and you too are adorably human. And chances are, if we're meeting, there's some reason, there's some attraction, there's some vibrational coherence, there's some dance that we want to do together. There's something we want to work out together. The Five of Wands is this idea of keeping a really loose grasp on that. Just remember, you have no competition. If you remember one thing that I say today, remember that this week. You have no competition. You are singular, you are perfect, you are beautiful. You are a song that the universe cannot sing without your presence, cannot sing without your incarnation. You are magic, you are miraculous, you're a freaking rock star. Only you. It's only you. So if you get this feeling of like, oh no, it's me or them, or oh no, how will I compete? Or oh no, like what if I don't get what I want? Relax that. Step back, lean back into observer awareness, lean back into the sense of the most powerful position I have is detachment. The most power, and not detachment in a cold way, not detachment in a fuck you way, just detachment in a lean back and right, I am observing, and the universe is observing me observing, and we are creating an entire multiverse from that place. Truly, truly. I mean, you've heard it, right? If you're listening to my nerdy podcast on tarot, you're probably also listening to other podcasts where they talk about the idea of the quantum field. And you've heard this idea that every choice you make splits into a new universe, every choice you make splits into a new universe. The vastness of that cannot be comprehended. I can't comprehend it. Maybe you can. Five of Wands is an awareness of the fact that we have come to play. What's that? I'm going to butcher it, but what's that Shakespeare quote? Like, all the world's a stage, all the men merely players, right? And he doesn't say this. I am no Shakespeare. But like, you have this moment, I might even be mixing up like sonnets, mixing up parts of plays. Rage and storm for that quick moment on the stage, for that brief moment on the stage. And that's life, but that's not you. That's just like the dance you're doing. It's the play you're in. It's the set that's on the stage right now. And you heard me talk in the September vibes about this idea of sailing under new stars. As you kind of emerge into this new place that is September, and you can feel it. These days are potent. September days are potent. They are potent and full. But you can feel this idea that as I enter new places, as I enter old places, as I enter these kind of roles that I've played before, And I can get triggered by this idea of, am I doing it right? Are they doing it better? Am I doing enough? And the Five of Wands is like, dude, remember, this is just a game. It's just a game. And we're just here to play. And at the end of the day, the buzzer's going to go off and we're going to shake hands and we're going to shower off and we're going to have a whole other life outside of this little moment. Really think about this like a athletic competition. I don't know how long a basketball game is, or I would say a 90-minute game. I don't know how long they are. But like say let's pretend the NBA is a 90-minute game. So you're in that 90-minute game and that's where you get all heated and foamy and excited and you like leave it all on the floor and you can think like, this is my whole life. And you have sports fans in your life when their team wins or loses, or when their performance is, or you have athletes in your life and their performance is great or their performance isn't great, you can see how it rocks their world, how it kind of shatters them, because it's this beautiful microcosm of how much we want it, how much we want it, how much we want to feel all of this, how much we want to live while we are alive. I say all that to remind you, 5 energy means there's something fiery afoot, there's some change afoot, there's some challenge, there's some conflict, there's some creative energy, there's some sexy passion, there's something bubbling in this realm of fire for you this week. It's going to change, it's going to move through. It's like this hot weather we're having. We're in it, and then tomorrow it's going to be gone. It's going to be over. So it's like we're in it and then we're not. That's the Five of Wands energy. Like we're in it and it can feel life or death. And it can feel like, man, I got to fix this right away. And so the Five of Wands medicine is, do you, or should you just play? Should you just enjoy what this is, observe this, laugh about it, engage where you want to, sweat it out where you need to, and also know it's passing? And also know it's changing, it's washing through you, it's washing through your fire energy, it's washing through the fire energy of the world to create change, to create freedom. And don't get lost in the game. Don't get lost in the magic, man. Don't get lost in the magic Johnson. That's the star of the show. I had winning times. It's really sticking with me and it's really with us in this reading. It's such a funny show. I really am like, you know when you find a show that you're like, you're just into it, and every night I get so excited to sit and watch like the next episode. What am I saying? I don't know. It's going to be also a distractible week. Five of Wands energy is just moving, and it's so intoxicating. That's Five of Wands energy. It's so intoxicating. It just like lures you right into the drama, just sucks you right in. It's like someone coming and saying, you know what I heard about this, and this is the one thing that makes you like curious and excited and wound up. And they have tea on that. And it's like, you want to sweat to hear that tea. You can't wait to hear that tea. Five of Wands is exciting, is the card of the NBA. So just feel that. Where's like the NBA in your life? Where's the performative, athletic, dynamic, incredibly loaded aspect of your life that might kind of feel the heat this week? And how do you want to play? How do you want to play? If you do engage, if you do play, if you could kind of like get drawn into that intoxication, which maybe that's exactly where you're meant to go. You get drawn into that. Just keep in mind that none of this is serious. The Five of Swords is the idea of who wins, who loses, who chooses not to play. And that can feel really sharp. The Five of Swords can feel really cutting. It can kind of devastate us in ways. For better or worse, it can devastate us to be the winner left alone. It can devastate us to be the loser left abandoned. It can devastate us to be the one who walked away when they should have fought. That's not this. So it's an interesting contrast, and it's always important to remember the Five of Swords when the Five of Wands is present, because the Five of Swords can hurt. The Five of Wands is like 5 dudes on a hill banging their swords together. They look like they're, I don't know, 14, 15. It reminds me of like when I went to the middle school to visit with my son, and there were 8th graders like rolling around wrestling on the front lawn, and he's like, are those men or children? And it's like a good question. That's also the energy with us. Like, none of it's too serious, but we can forget that. We can forget that so easily. I offer you that. Just remember, man, it's all a play. It's all a game. Whatever gets bubbled up, gets so deliciously tempting this week, it probably will not last. Doesn't mean it won't transform into something beautiful, and it might just fall away, and it's all good. All good. It's all good. It's all for you. It is all for you, especially in a Hermit and Tower month. Anything that comes to an end, anything that blows up into chaos is meant to do exactly that, and it's all to liberate more of your light to the world so that you can align with the life that is singing out there on the horizon, that is singing to meet you in this new place where you are more authentically free and here and at peace and moving from a place of source. versus a place of, what are you supposed to do? Sending you so much love. Have some fun this week. Play. Move your body. Move your body. Totally good advice in a 5 of Wands week. I will see you on the flip side of this exciting game coming up. Bye. It's giving everything is sacred. It's giving art. It's giving light you up and turn you on and set you free. It's giving curiosity. It's giving freedom. It's giving love. It's giving you are more magical and powerful than you can comprehend. It's giving, I don't know what's happening, but I am so here for it. It's giving you are pure potential. It's giving mystical.